Grand Central and be part of these great things. Jim Hibden's going to help head that up. Well, I'm going to invite this stellar team to come on up here. Would you welcome our high school and college team this morning as they come forward? I hope nobody is offended by this analogy, but as a pastor, sometimes you feel like a general manager of a sports team. And that means that you have departments of youth and children's and adults and seniors, and the Lord transitions and at times brings change, and you're always trying to strengthen those areas to the greatest degree. And we have one of the best staffs in the world. How many would say that? And this past year, I, along with Andy and a couple others and my wife, we took on an assignment this year where we have been high school pastors, if you can imagine that. I'm way old now, but I love being with those young people. But as we prayed and have sought the Lord about, Lord, what do you want to do during this next season? The Lord began to unfold an amazing plan to us, because right in our midst, we have some of the most gifted young people imaginable. In fact, we are so thankful, and I want to introduce these real quickly, and maybe Shannon, you come this way so we can see all these guys together, and John, you too. This is the high school team. Can we applaud them? And we know with all the things young people face, sometimes you can bring in an individual, or you could even bring in a couple, but it still wouldn't compare to the gifts and talents that these guys have. Every one of them amazingly gifted in teaching, and as well as administration and arts and worship and discipleship. And we look and go, Lord, you have blessed us and given us an amazing team. This is Andy Hawksworth, and this is Tracy Wade. And then Dominic Partita, and then Richard Symes here. And one of the things we discovered is that oftentimes in high school, even youth ministry, transition happens in the national average about every 18 to 24 months. And that means the average high schooler will have at least 2 leaders or pastors, and it brings a lot of change. And by bringing an amazing team under the covering of our not only CM leadership, but also the ones who head, as well as myself, God is going to blow the doors off our young people. Amen? Do you believe that? And they're going to be taken care of, and they're going to begin to develop in ways like never before. And so you're going to see that this Wednesday we're starting with our high school team, and it is going to be wonderful. So if you have high schoolers, bring them in there, because they're going to be well taken care of, and we're thankful for this team. These are also going to help in our mid-service and help in other dimensions too. But we love these guys, and we want to thank the Lord for them. Tell them again. You wouldn't believe what's taking place in our college young adult department under the leadership of John and Shannon Turner. Could you tell them? In fact, we're seeing our college young adults grow in new ways. In fact, next week they are starting what is called a Life Core Academy, that God is expanding them in new dimensions in their gifting and what God can do in their life. And this would probably be a good place to note it. Back in the back today, we have a barbecue right after mid-service and after third service. How many like food? Do you like that? Yeah. Come and be part. You can eat. Not only that, they'll have dessert and everything, but that's to help support the young people in the things that God is doing in their lives. So it is wonderful what God is doing in children's, and as He builds in J-12 and junior high, all the areas of our life, God has incredible things. But I wanted you to see these faces. We're going to have an open house shortly so you can meet them personally. But I wanted to make sure you know God is blessing Florence Avenue in great ways, and we are in good hands in all the ages. So tell them again, thank you. Thank you again for all that you do. I would have all 6 of them speak, but I tell you, we could be here because they're preachers and teachers and all, and we're so thankful for them. Well, I want to invite Elijah to come forward this morning. We've got a couple other things happening, and then we're going to take communion together. Elijah?